On.
On.
Oh, no.
Oh, baby.
Uncle Brando, we done messed up.
Oh, why are we so stressed? Because
We don't have a computer.
we don't have a computer. Ryan forgot his computer. I forgot to get the damn computer set up. And we need to do an entire deck on the pre-show because we need to get caught the fuck up
Yeah, so here we are.
for episode
494.
Holy shit.
Yes, sir. We're brought to you by the wonderful patrons at patreon.com/CCO podcast, of which we have a new one we have to mention on tomorrow's
Oh, that's
show.
exciting. And
But
whether they
I
like
gotta-
it or not also.
I got to look it up on my phone, though, because I don't have my own computer. Okay,
So we've been doing this for the last couple of weeks. We've always been short because there's too much lore, there's too many cards, there's too much stuff going on.
Uncle Brando won't shut the fuck up.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we've picked between the last two, which is 10 and 7, which one do I care about the least? And sorry, everybody that likes Final Fantasy X, because you came up on the short end of the stick because yours got a fucking sequel and mine got 10 sequels and a mobile game. So that's how it's going to be. Yeah.
What he said. So we...
Also, counters shuffling decks are great.
Oh, no, they're not.
And this deck is very good at what it does, but we're going to hit on some of the new cards that are exciting, and we're just going to kind of move past it. If you want to win a CCO sticker pack, a CCO token pack,
I should be saying yes, but I'm looking at the screen.
or just a plain old bullshit pack of Magic cards.
Probably not a Final Fantasy pack because I can't afford it.
Yeah, what we want to see is down in the comments is which Final Fantasy character do you think got the best card? Or who do you think was missed? Who's your favorite one? Or who do you think got overlooked?
And who did they done do dirty?
Yeah, and if you don't have an opinion on it, let us know that and why. Why have you never played a Final Fantasy game? I'm genuinely curious. Ryan hasn't because he's not a video game guy.
I totally have. I know everything about Final Fantasy. Haven't you watched the last 3 episodes of Commander Cookout podcast?
Maybe you haven't because you never got around to it. But I'm genuinely curious as to why. Because in my life before Ryan, every single human being I've ever met has played a Final Fantasy game, at least one.
I'm the only one?
You're the only person I know who's never played Final Fantasy in their life.
Oh.
You're the only one.
Bunch of fucking nerds.
I know. And I'm genuinely curious as to why that never happened. So let us know either who got done dirty, who's your favorite, or why this franchise means nothing to you. Please let us know in the comments. Somebody could win some cool stuff. You will win if you do play. And
There
that's
we
how
go.
life works.
Yeah, now, producer Gary says we can't hear it, but we probably can hear the chainsaw behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're just going to have to deal with that. Sorry for anybody listening in their vehicle on the speakers.
Yes, because chainsaw.
Yeah, okay.
Chainsaw is ready.
I'm ready for FF this many.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10. Yep.
Yeah.
Uncle Brando got the right number. I assume that it's on the screen, and we're going to get right into it. Let's see. Titus?
Face. It is. Everybody calls him Titus. Apparently, officially, it's Tetus, which
Tetus?
sounds stupid. He's a Blitz ball player, which is underwater football, who is also a time traveler, who also protects the actual main character of the game. What's the card do, Ryan?
I'm underwater football time traveler. Really?
Yes.
This is what we're about?
Yes. That's what we're talking
I have
about
to
today.
crane my neck. You'd see it if you're watching on YouTube.
Which it should be.
At the beginning of your combat on your turn, you may move a counter from target creature you control onto a second target creature you control. And whenever one or more creatures you control with counters on them deal combat damage to a player, you may draw a card and proliferate, but only once per turn.
I think that this is cool. I do. I think this is a neat. Like, if you're going to do the counter deck, I don't particularly like it because there's too much stuff to manage. But I actually think that really cool stuff is being done here. I like the manipulation of counters, like with the life from Ikoria, lifelink counter, ability counters, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, Korea's when we saw different kinds of counters, like lifelink counter, menace counter, flying counter. Yeah, so we can do that. Lord of the Rings gave us indestructible counter, I think.
Yeah. And now you can move those around between different characters. You can proliferate them to move them around later. I actually think that Tetus is going to be a really, really, really cool deck. And I'm pumped to see what people do with him.
They're going to do the thing where they do the counter dot deck.
Yeah.
And it's going to be challenging because lesser experienced players, I think, are going to just have their box or bag of dice. And that's what they bring as their counters.
And holy shit.
Oh my God. They're not going to be labeled or like flying or first strike. They're not going to have it color coordinated. I think it might be good to have like flying and indestructible and menace little proxy printout cards that look like cards or tokens, but they're actually counters. Yeah. And then you can just put a dice on them to indicate how many indestructible counters you have, for example, for Tetus to move around.
If you weren't playing during Ikoria, I suggest you time travel back and get some of the counters.
Yes, I think that is a perfectly feasible expectation.
Back up, Commander Ryan. Yuna. We know it's Yuna.
Oh, is this the one that I like? Okay, this is Bant and 1 for Human Cleric, 1/5. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. That's pretty good.
It's pretty damn good.
I don't hate that. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, that creature enters with 2 +1s on it. So it's already dealing with counters. That's good.
Yep.
Also, that's 1 ability.
Yeah.
I don't need to spend that mana though, right? Like if I tap it for a white and then use green-blue just from my island and my forest.
Yes, because the ability has been attached to you, so the next time you play a creature...
Okay. Yeah. Whenever another permanent you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, if it had 1 or more counters on it, you may put that number of +1s on target creature.
So if you had somebody with a billion, like let's just say 10 menace counters on one creature...
That can only be blocked by 20 or more creatures.
And it eats shit, you can turn all those counters into +1s and put them somewhere else.
It's like the Ozolith, except for just +1s.
Yes, I actually do, again, I like that. Because it also, when you have all these different counters floating around, it absolutely simplifies everything. And you can play it with dark depths with like Yuna and Tetus, and you can move ice counters off of dark depths onto another creature, then sack it to your Phyrexian altar to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. It's pretty cool.
Bro, if I sacrifice my land, my dark depths with 20 counters on, or 10, what is it, 10?
10.
10? Oh, bullshit.
It's still 10. That's lots.
It's still 10 if my guy's got infect.
A 10 is fucking lots.
Put it on my Leonin, my fallen Leonin or whatever, my 1/3 infector in white.
Your Glistener elf.
Yeah, also or the flying one. What's the flying blue one?
I don't fucking know. What's the unblockable blue one?
That guy doesn't have infect.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah. Anyways, that.
Yes, do that and then destroy somebody.
And then you just have to like sacrifice. Is it a sacrifice or is put into graveyard from battlefield?
Yeah.
So you could destroy your own land. You could like creeping corrosion or whatever your own land or whatever it is that you could acid rain your own land. Whatever the card is.
Wreck your own dude. I don't know. I think that both of our face commanders here are actually really cool. And of the 8 face commanders, these are probably going to be some of the top ones you're going to run into in the wild.
You think?
I do.
I don't think that.
I think that people are going to play these because they're cool.
I think that lesser experienced players are going to play these because they want to do the thing where they say, "Oh, I'm going to make the counter deck where all of these different kinds of counters are all counters, counter, and they're not going to think of the ramifications of it.
Yes.
And they're going to say this, "Oh, sorry, guys, it doesn't usually do this. I need to get more counters. Oh, can I borrow that dice? Oh, sorry, guys, this is, I got to get different kinds of dice. Oh, sorry, guys."
Yeah.
They're not going to think of that.
Yes.
That's what's going to happen.
And you should, but you didn't. And that's why we're going to run into some of these guys.
Am I being the pessimist here?
Yes. And well, I am too, but I'm phrasing it in a very positive way.
Okay.
Because I'm not saying these guys are going to be around for a long time. I'm saying that when we're in Vegas, we're going to bump into both of these people probably more often than you think.
Oh, you said the V word.
I did.
That's my favorite V word.
Yep.
Okay. Oren?
Auron can fuck off. Keep going.
Oh, this card's good.
Tell me.
This card's freaking good. Chocobo?
Chocobo Knights.
Chocobitch?
Chocobitch.
That's not a tennis player.
Correct.
Chocobitch Knights is a white and 3/3 human knight, even though they're birds. Whenever you attack, creatures you control with counters on them gain double strike until end of
That's
turn.
really fucking good.
I like that. In a +1 counter deck, in Bant, +1 counter decks that also do other counters, this gives your team double strike. It just does.
Yeah.
This card's good.
That's a really good. And we don't even need to explain why it's good. It's just good. It goes back to what we said last week. These decks do what they do well. And this is a perfect example of that.
That's cool. I like that one. Okay. Gata and Zluza?
Beat it.
Lord Jizal?
He lives in a forest as the only Final Fantasy enemy in a random encounter I could never beat. He can fuck off too.
Get better at games?
Can't.
Haven't you ever played Final Fantasy before?
All
it's
of
like
them.
the easiest game ever.
Except for 14. This one's pretty good.
This one's good. Okay. This one's good. Instant called Protection Magic.
Yeah.
That sounds like some Final Fantasy bullshit.
Yes.
White 1. So we're doing good so far. Put a shield counter on each of up to 3 creatures. Just like 3 of them.
Yep.
Not even your own.
Correct.
Okay, so I can save your guy if I felt like it.
You could.
Okay, cool.
Not gonna though.
Probably won't. Also, if a creature with a shield counter on it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from it. So it just like keeps it alive.
Yes. It gives like temporary, like a weird kind of indestructible for a few creatures.
Up to each?
Yep.
Up to. Wow.
That's a cool card. I like that
I think
one.
this card's good.
I think that it's lower powered than lots of other cards that exist in Magic.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it a bad card.
You know what? It feels like, how many green cards do we get or do we have that say like green or green 1, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains indestructible until end of turn?
So
Or
many.
Target creature gets +1 or indestructible and death touch until end of turn. We got so many like that.
Yeah.
This one does the same thing without the +1 because white. But we can do it to 3 guys.
It's pretty good. I like it. I like this card.
Yeah. I think this card's good.
Yep.
Summon Ixion?
Beat it.
Izion?
Yeah, he was a basic enemy in Final Fantasy VIII. He sucks.
I'm doing lots of this.
On we go.
Oh. Yojimbo?
This is actually like, and I promised I wouldn't get Yojimbo. I said I wasn't going to get too into the weeds on this one, but this is actually one of the better flavor cards, I would argue, in this deck, because Yojimbo was he was one of the most game-breaking summons in the history of the fucking game, and you could use him to just absolutely eradicate endgame bosses if you wanted to.
Yojimbo.
If you just gave him a bunch of excitement, which is money, and this summon, it doesn't eradicate games for you, but he does take and give money.
Does this guy cost lots of excitement and break the game? Like
No.
if we gave like a retailer like FusionGamingOnline.com,
Nah.
if we gave them our excitement, would they give us a card that lets us break the game open and win?
No.
Oh.
They'd give us this card, which is a fine card, but flavorfully, I think that they did a good job of showing who Yojimbo was in the game, which is just cool. I appreciate that lots.
He sounds like he should be like a minority owner in the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
He might be. He has lots of dollars.
Oh, well, good. So he might be a majority owner.
Maybe.
Oh.
It's Baba Gump and then Yojimbo.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's how it goes.
Summoner's Sending. Is this card good?
It's got lots of words on
I
it.
literally read this card today when I was fucking the dog at work, and I don't remember. Summoner's Sending is an enchantment for 2. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile target creature from a graveyard. Okay. If you do, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Put a +1 counter on that creature if the card's mana value that you exiled is 4 or greater.
Continue.
Yes, if
That's
it
a-
had flash, it'd be better.
That's a card that
Blitzball
exists.
Stadium,
That's where they play underwater football.
but it's not underwater.
No, that sphere in the middle is full of water. That's why it's blue.
It's a sphere of water.
Yeah.
How do they do that? Some
I-
fucking magic or some shit?
Yes.
Oh.
Also, they don't wear like apparatus that allows them to breathe underwater. They just play underwater football in it.
Is apparatus a Greek word? Should it be apparati
Sure.
if it's pluralized?
Can you imagine throwing a football underwater?
No.
You know how strong you'd have to be?
Does the football float or sink?
No, it just goes to where you throw it.
Oh, so it's like maybe filled with water.
Maybe. I don't know how it works.
Magic.
Yeah, magic.
No, fantasy.
Correct.
Oh,
Yes.
got there.
Continue. It's Blitzball Stadium. I don't even care if that card's good. Lulu is the goth mommy of Final Fantasy
Oh,
X.
yeah?
She was to
Is she
protect.
thick?
No.
Could she smother me?
No.
Could she sit on my face until I die?
Well, I mean, anybody could do that, but she
Well,
probably.
no, not anybody.
Well, it depends on positioning, but I mean, maybe she's kind of skinny. She's a little skinny for my taste.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I mean, in the game, she's pretty good. She's the one where you have to dodge 100 lightning bolts in a row in order to get her ultimate weapon.
What is her ultimate weapon? I want to know.
It's she uses like a little doll. Like there's a little.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say sitting on face.
Yes, it's nothing sexy, but she's fine. It's a fine.
Whenever an opponent attacks you, choose target creature attacking you, put a stun counter on that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
Right.
not going to attack you again.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then also 4, like blue 3, proliferate.
Yeah.
This is okay.
it's fine.
I
It's
like
a fine
just
card.
dumping into proliferate.
Yeah, like you can. It's a mana sink, and it prevents people from attacking you more often, right?
Mhm.
Get your chip ins. She will prevent the chip ins, probably.
Yeah.
Because why attack once when you can attack twice?
This guy's fucking stupid. What is he?
Oh, Waka can fuck off. I hate him just based on the game. I don't care what his card does. Next card.
Please tell me that this one can fuck off too.
Riku is one of the main characters in Final Fantasy X too. She's a backup character in Final Fantasy X. I
10
honestly,
to, okay, do you mean 11 or do you mean 12?
I mean 10 too.
Damn it.
The sequel to 10. I don't particularly care for her, so we can probably move past her. And that one.
This guy good?
He's the villain of Final Fantasy X.
He looks villainous. Villainous.
And
Is
we're
that
gonna
a word?
when
Villainous.
when we eventually get to our set review, I'm very upset at how the villains have been treated in this set.
Oh yeah.
I am.
But that clown guy you liked.
Oh, the clown guy I really like, but he's the only one that got any fucking respect. The rest of them are uncommons that just put counters on shit. And this guy's a dude that just puts counters on shit too. Like it's just they have some good villains. This isn't Marvel. We have villains with personalities and drives and reasons for what they're doing. And they're not treating them with any fucking respect.
You know what? This comes from the guy who got Sauron the Dark Lord and Sauron Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
and Sauron the Lidless Eye.
Yeah.
All very great villain interpretations on Magic cards in terms of raw power level.
Yeah.
Those
And-
cards fucking slap.
Yeah. Ours don't.
Dang.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because they have some really cool villains that could have done some really cool things. Seymour, not one of them.
That's
Continue.
his name?
Yeah, his name's Seymour.
Hey, there's no more chainsaw anymore. It's techno music. You hear that?
Yeah. I can beatbox. I'm not afraid.
Sphere grid. This looks like somebody playing marbles, like it's old school days.
As you gain levels, you gain spheres. You put them in the sphere gauge. Your character gains new abilities. That's actually kind of a neat card.
Okay, sphere grid. Enchantment for green 1. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Pretty
don't
good.
hate that.
I don't hate
really
that.
good with trample.
Yeah.
Also, creatures you control with +1s have reach and trample.
There you go.
There we go.
There it is. Right? That's pretty good. I like that.
Theoretically, we're playing a deck that already has +1s on Creech.
Yep.
And this comes out on turn 2. Maybe they don't all have +1s on them. But if they have trample, or if they have counters, or if they have both, this only facilitates the thing more. It kind of gives me
Every Hydra deck ever.
every Hydra deck ever, every deck that wants hardened scales.
Yep.
probably wants this because those decks are trying to win through combat damage. They're trying to win through trample. They're trying to win through +1s.
Yep. And this just does that more.
And this card's like a $23 card or something.
Yeah,
still.
why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as of the recording, it'll be $1.
Oh,
when it's
yeah.
released.
You know what's so funny is I'm looking at the average price for all the decks. And every week that we do a deck and I'm reading the new cards and
Yeah.
looking at the reprints, the deck value, like 3 weeks ago when we started this Final Fantasy journey, the decks were all $600 and $700.
Yep.
Now they're between 2 and 3.
Yep.
Ooh,
Told you.
moving on.
I told you.
Summon Megas Sisters.
Got it.
Trommel. Seymour's butt.
Got him too.
Oh, this card's good. I
Yeah, this
actually
one's
like this
good.
card. Okay,
Yes.
this is Yuna's Decision.
Yep.
Yeah, Yuna's Decision. Okay, sorcery for green 3, choose 1. Not 1 or more, that's too bad, but 1. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, draw a card. Then you may put a creature from your or land. Wait a second. If you do, draw a card. Then you may put a creature and
Yeah. Yep.
from your hand onto the back. So I could sacrifice a Llanowar Elf, get a Forest, and get a Crater Hoof.
And play a Crater Hoof and a Gaia's Cradle. Yes.
If I don't choose that,
Yeah.
I can do this instead. Return 1 or 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand.
Sure.
Frick. You can see why I wanted it to say 1 or more,
Yeah.
because then it would be like Tooth and Nail. But
Yep.
instead of search for 2 and then put 2 into play
Get him from the bin.
and put them into play.
Yeah.
And make it cost 7 or 8 or 9 or whatever Tooth and Nail is.
Yeah.
But then we've got Tooth and Nail from the graveyard, and then we get it in like Golgari decks. And I think that's cool. It's symmetry, it's balance, it's the opposite of what we already have.
Yes. Alas, we did not get that impactful moment in the game as well, where Yuna's the whole game of Final Fantasy X. You're on like a pilgrimage to get from A to B to do C, and at one point she realizes how hard it is and what she has to give up to do what she's doing, and she has to make the decision of should I go on or should I not? And obviously she continues on because it's one of those loops where you have to pick to keep going or the game can't continue.
Mhm.
But here we have it in the game. That's cool. It's
I have to go on. I have to sacrifice my Llanowar Elf.
Yeah. To get a Crater Hoof.
get a
to
Crater
win the
Hoof.
game. Yes.
Yeah.
Come.
And the next card too, I think, is actually good. Yuna's Whistle. Okay.
Stole that from Final Fantasy VIII, but continue.
Well, we're in the same genre. Final Fantasy something.
Yes.
Okay, this is an instant for green 1. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. When you reveal a creature card this way, put X+1s on a creature you control, where X is the mana value of the creature you revealed.
Yeah, why not? Why not do that? We're going to see this card played lots of places.
You think so?
I think so.
I think the card's good. I don't think it's the kind of card that's universally good.
I think that when any deck that plays, like, just it relies on dudes,
Yes?
and the average creature cost is 4-ish.
Yes.
You're going to see this card. Because, like, you're going to get 4-ish
It's
counters on
draw
a dude.
card and get 4 counters on a dude on average
Yeah.
for 3 mana. Is that good?
It's draw a creature and make one of your dudes big. Like, that's not too bad. And if you're playing it in a creature or counter-based deck, you're going to get some value out of it. So I think overall that's a cool card. In this deck especially, it's very good.
It's probably good with doubling season.
Maybe.
You ever heard of that card?
I have. I heard it's like pretty powerful
Cool.
and can do lots of stuff.
Cool. Yeah. Well, play it with Yuna's Whistle.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, I love whistling on dudes.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Kamari?
Kamari. Oh my God. Okay. No, I have to mark out for just a second. I'm sorry. Kamari is not close. One of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy ever. He has my favorite job class because he's a blue mage. He's super cool because he's like a blue tiger man. And the card is really neat too.
Okay, so he's a 3/3 for blue and also green.
Yeah.
And also 2. Cat Warrior. He's got the Vig. He probably should get that checked out. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on, what is his name?
Kamari.
And tap target creature an opponent controls. Then you may have Kamari become a copy of that creature, except its name is Kamari and it has vigilance and this ability.
Yeah, so
he's the clone guy, but he's in 2 colors, so you could have like a Simic bullshit clone deck.
Yes. How fucking cool is that? Oh man, I'm so pumped that they did. This card is so cool.
Is he a villain?
No, he's a good guy. He is a hero for sure. He's Yuna's other protector. He's like the childhood guardian that like helped her grow into adulthood because she was very important and people would try and like fuck her up. But then if they tried to like mess with this 10-year-old girl on the beach, a giant 7-foot tall tiger man with a spear would come and just fuck you up.
I wouldn't even be scared.
Kamari's awesome.
How we know?
Yeah, I'm very pumped about him. I'm really excited about that card.
Are you going to build it?
Yes.
You're going to build that deck, not clone, because you already have a Teamer clone deck.
Maybe Teamer clones comes apart. Now it's just Simic clones.
Oh, cut red.
Cut red. I'm going to cut red from a deck because I like that card so much. How do you like that?
Freaking nerd.
I know.
Shalinda?
Yeah, she can pound sand.
So I like this card. Is this our last card?
Sin! I think it
love
might be actually.
Sin. We're going to Sin.
I've actually seen lots of talk about this card. She's the actual villain.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Final
read
Fantasy
it.
X.
We got to read this. This is a Leviathan avatar, which, strangely enough, relevant creature types.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So 5/5, Leviathan, avatar, blue, green, 5. Hell yeah, brother.
Holy shit.
Flying and trample, so she flamps. As Sin enters, remove all counters from any number of artifacts, creatures, and enchantments, and Sin enters with that many +1s.
I think she should get Planeswalkers too, but continue.
Okay. Also, when Sin dies, put all counters on target creature you control, then shuffle it into its owner's library. Oh. So she's like the Ozolith also.
Yes. So she's the Ozolith plus, what's that? It's black 3, Ether Snap, Ether Flash. Remove all counters from all permanents. It gets everything except for Planeswalkers. Puts all the counters onto her. When she eats shit, she puts all of her counters onto something else. And then shovels in.
This card's good.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's broken or the most amazing, but like, it's pretty good.
And it's a Leviathan in 2 different colors. And that's the main problem that Leviathan, Octopus, the Sea Monster deck has, is mono blue doesn't have, unless you dedicate like 10 or 12 or 15 slots to mana rocks, it doesn't have the consistent mana production that you would have in a green deck.
Now.
It does now, because this is your commander, and you do +1s, and you do blue, and you do green, and it solves the black problem, which is not enough mana unless it's just burst mana. Like this is it. And I'm excited to see the Leviathan Octopus counter deck. It's gonna feel like a Hydra deck, but with blue.
And that's cool.
And I like fucking blue better. Weird. Because I'm smarter than you. Yeah. I know everything about Final Fantasy.
That's a lie. You fucking, what do we got?
Waka.
Oh, this is the last card.
This is the last one?
Yep. This is the last card in Final Fantasy X. My least favorite character, possibly in the entire franchise.
Oh, but he's the last one. I can't tell him to pound sand.
No, just read what he does.
4/4 for 4, like Naya and Selesnian 2. Reach, trample. When he deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact that player controls and put a +1 on him. At the beginning of your end step, if a counter was put onto Waka this turn, put a +1 counter on each other creature you control.
Insane.
Yeah, but it's your end step. Why can't all that happen before combat?
Because otherwise it'd be too good. That's why.
Because he sucks. He looks like a D-bag.
Oh, he is a D-bag.
Okay, I'm just
he's the comic relief character in the game, but he's like one of the main characters, and he's the most powerful character you can play as.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
prick.
That's why I don't like him. And he also marries Lulu. That's Goth Mommy from before. Yeah.
That's whose face is getting sat on?
That's right.
Stupid idiot.
That's the face. That's the face.
That's some bullshit.
I know.
This is why I don't like Final Fantasy.
See?
This is why it's not my fantasy.
Final Fantasy X ruined it for Ryan because of fucking Waka.
Waka can walk the fuck out of here.
And normally I'd imitate his accent right now.
Please don't.
But it's very offensive, so I'm not going to do that.
Good.
Yes.
I hope he's offended.
Good. I do
That
too.
was the last card.
That was the last card.
Well, sorry if we did your deck dirty. If you like the Bant deck, I myself partial to Bant Enchantress, if you will.
I will.
And do you have a Bant deck? You do.
Nope.
You used to.
Not anymore.
And this ain't gonna be it
Nope.
because it's gonna be Tiger Guy.
Correct. Only Simic from now on.
Okay, well, in the comments below, if you want to get entered into the booster pack game, let us know which one's your favorite, which one got done dirty or done good.
Yep.
And I guess your favorite cards or which ones that we missed that you wish that we would have talked about. Lots of comments and lots of engagement on YouTube from all of the Final Fantasy stuff we've done so far.
Yeah.
And I think people are just very willing to share and be excited and make corrections and tell me I'm wrong, but really it's you because I know everything and you know nothing.
Hey.
And it's been a lot of fun. I engage and joke, and I like it. So keep it coming.
I've been having a lot of fun reading the comments as well. So thank you very much for being there. This is the pre-show for episode
494.
Hit our theme song for the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Thanks for seeing the pre-show.